Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. How are y'all doing today? So here today on Abby the Witch, we are going to be talking about mirror magic. I'm going to start out by talking specifically about mirrors, but I also want to include some workings I've done and have learned about with just reflective surfaces in general. Some of these things I've researched some time ago and they have been successful for other witches. And some of these things I have come up with myself and they have been very successful for me. Now that being said, the things that I came up with, they likely already existed, I just didn't know. So without further ado, let's jump in and talk about mirror magic because I have quite a bit to say. So the first way you can really utilize mirrors in your magical practice is by returning to sender or hex breaking, okay? So returning to sender is using mirrors and returning to sender is a very popular way to return to sender. What is return to sender? Return to sender is when someone gives you negativity or the evil eye. Perhaps they purposely sent bad energy your way. So you can return that back using different workings. And in this case, you can do that by using a mirror. A lot of witches will simply put the name of the person and the energy that was sent, whatever information they have, put it against a reflective surface and do some workings to, oh, the sun's like coming out. And we'll put that against the reflective surface. We'll put that against a mirror to return that back to the original person who sent it to them. Now, please, please, please do your research because there is 1,000,001 ways to do this. I've seen it done so many different ways. I talked about it briefly in my last video. Sanctuary Satanica talks about how she does it, and I thought it was genius. I loved how she did it. So you could go check out hers if you want to, her video. I have it linked in my last video I posted if that's easier for you. But there's all kinds of different ways you can do it, returning to sender using a mirror. So please, please, please do your research. See what was successful for other people because I would hate for this to backfire on you, okay? Just make sure you feel very confident about it before you do this. Now you can also use mirrors and mirror magic and hex breaking. When someone hexes you, it's different than just like the evil eye or bad energy or unintentional bad energy or anything like that. A hex can it comes in different variations. It's on a scale, right? Like most of anything. It can range anywhere from stubbing a toe to death curses, right? And anything in between. So a hex can really ruin someone's life. So that's the difference. A hex or a curse, it can really alter or ruin someone's life. So a lot of people, when they feel like they've been hexed, utilize a mirror to break that hex or curse, okay? I have heard of witches who have looked into the mirror with the intention or the thought in their mind that they're hexed. And while looking in the mirror, they might say some sort of incantation to kind of put that hex into the mirror, and then they'll break the mirror to break the hex. Now, again, that's just a general, a general summary of what a lot of witches do. Please do your research. Find something that resonates best with you if you're not experienced in this. Because again, I would hate for it to backfire on you, okay? So please, please, please do your research and find something that has been very successful for other people. And yeah, just forewarning. So another way that witches use mirrors and magic is for doubling their magic. Now this is something that I have done on more than one occasion. If I'm doing some sort of spell work or even ritual offerings, I will actually put a mirror on my altar or near me during my spell work. And to me, it kind of reflects the magic that I'm putting out there and it doubles it. The reflection doubles the energy of my magic. So I've even put like my cauldron on top of a mirror before while I was working in my cauldron. I've even put herbs that I was working with or crystals that I've been working with on top of a mirror while I'm doing my spell work. And again, this doubles the power of your spell, okay? So it depends on the spell. It depends if you want it to be, you know, doubled. It just depends. So at your discretion, of course. So you could really do this with any spell work or any ingredients that you're using to double the power. So again, at your discretion, but you could, you know, just get creative. You could definitely use this for doubling the energy or doubling your magic. When it comes to doubling the power of something, I've also heard of witches, and I have yet to do this, but I really want to, and I always mean to, like every single time I do this, but I always forget. And that is using a mirror when you're doing moon or sun water. I have heard of witches putting a mirror outside and then putting their bottle of water on top, or jar of water, whatever you use, on top of the mirror. And that reflection absorbs, the mirror absorbs the moonbeams or the sun rays, and in turn it kind of reflects it and bounces it back into your water, doubling the amount of energy or magic that comes from the sun or moon. I really want to do it. I really want to try it. I know this has been very successful for other witches. I just keep forgetting to try it. With that in mind, I really feel like that could work for other things like charging your crystals under a full moon or under the sun. I really feel like you could put your crystals on top of a mirror and you could double. Now, I don't know, maybe that could be for like a fast charge or something, like since you're like doubling the charge or whatever. I don't know, however you feel about it, but I feel like that could do something good for charging your crystals under the sun or moonlight. Okay, so you could also use mirrors in your magic for some self-love magic, okay? You can use mirrors for self-love affirmations, you can use mirrors for glamour magic, and you can use mirrors for things like protection or putting other sigils in your aura. Now let me explain. You can stand in front of a mirror and gaze into your eyes in your reflection, okay? Now this might help in a dimmed room with candlelight, holding a candle. Gaze into your eyes until you're fixated on yourself, on your reflection. Say loving affirmations to yourself, okay? That will bounce off of your reflection and go back into you, okay? So that is a great way to utilize mirrors for self-love and for affirmations of self-love. You can also use mirrors for glamour magic. Now, glamour magic is when you put intention into your makeup as you're putting it on, and you know, doing like magic for confidence or doing magic for attraction, things like that. So you could use, like I was saying earlier, for doubling your magic, you could use this for glamour magic as well. You could double the power of your glamour magic using that mirror. And I forgot to mention, so I'll mention it now, for doubling your mirror, or really for using any mirror, you should probably enchant or spiritually program your mirrors first, okay? That means just putting your intention into that item so that it does the job you want it to do. I can actually put a couple of videos down below of me spiritually programming and enchanting items if you don't really know what I mean, so you can kind of see and get an idea of how to do that. This is one that I've really been meaning to try as well, but it has been very successful for other witches, and that is looking into the mirror at your reflection to try to find your aura. Now again, this might help in a dimmed room under candlelight. Try to look into your reflection and around your reflection until you're fixated, right? Or in a trance-like state, and try to see your aura and what color your aura is, okay? That is a great way to try to find out what color your aura is and kind of what energy you're radiating out into the world. Now, once you find your aura in the mirror, you can do things like draw sigils into your aura. You can draw protection sigils, you can draw luck sigils, you can draw friendship, love sigils, whatever it is that you want in your energy and want in your aura. This is a great way to form a protection barrier around you by doing protection sigils in your aura, okay? So again, that's why it's important to kind of enchant your mirror for what you want it to do first. And then once you draw your sigils into your aura, it's kind of, you know, it's in your reflection and it's also on you, as long as you enchant your mirror to do so. I hope this makes sense. So find your aura and draw protective sigils on the mirror with like lipstick or something. You could even enchant your lipstick to help you out too. That's a really good idea. Now, the act of gazing into a mirror leads me into the art of scrying, okay? So I'm gonna be moving from specifically mirrors onto more just general reflective surfaces, okay? The art of scrying is a form of divination when you gaze into something until you're transfixed and you look for messages from spirit. Now, scrying is most commonly used with things like mirrors and reflective surfaces. However, you absolutely do not have to have mirrors or reflective surfaces to do scrying. But this video is all about mirror magic and using reflective surfaces in your magic. So that's what I'll be talking about today when it comes to scrying. One of the most popular reflective surfaces used in scrying is water. A lot of witches use moon or sun water for scrying. A lot of witches also pour this water into a cauldron and then they'll gaze into the water and scry and look for messages from spirit. Now, you don't have to have a cauldron. You don't have to use moon or sun water. You could put tap water into your bathtub and do this, okay? Just again, make sure you're putting your intention into it. Make sure that you're enchanting these things so that they know what to do for you before you do this, okay? But you simply gaze into the water and look for messages in the reflective surfaces from spirit. A lot of witches do this during a full moon or even a dark moon. So there's a tip for you too. Again, it's good to do this maybe even outside, again, under the full or dark moon when it's kind of dark outside, or in a dark room with candlelight, okay? Now, I know I've said this several times, and let me explain why. It's really important. Now, once you practice it for a while, you could probably do it in just like the daylight or a lit room, and you know, you could do it just fine. However, it's really easy for your physical eyes to get distracted by things, okay? So if you're in a darker room, your physical eyes are more likely to dim and soften their gaze, and your third eye will be more able to see things. Okay, so your physical eyes are less distracted by things, really. Now, once you practice this more and more and get more confident with things like scrying, you can probably do it in a lit room or in the daylight outside, whatever. But just if you're struggling with it, try it in a dim or dark room or outside at night. Try it then. Now, you can scry into a regular mirror, absolutely. Again, in candlelight, I think that's a great idea. However, black mirrors are the most popular, I would say, when it comes to scrying into a mirror specifically. Very popular is obsidian mirrors. Now, those are very powerful and very effective. However, they're also very expensive. I literally got this mirror from the Dollar Tree and I spray painted the mirror parts with spray paint, with black spray paint. Okay, so you don't have to have an obsidian surface to scry into, or to have, you know, to have a black mirror to scry into a black mirror. It doesn't have to be an obsidian mirror. I just got this from the Dollar Tree, spray painted it with some semi-gloss black spray paint, semi-shiny, whatever it's called. And I simply cleansed it and programmed it to do what I want it to do, and it works great, okay? Now, another reflective surface that's also black and very popular to use for scrying is obsidian spheres, or like a crystal ball that's made out of obsidian. Again, very effective. Again, very expensive. So I actually got a black marble sphere from Goodwill. Okay, You don't have to spend a bunch of money on Etsy to get an obsidian spear to scry. This is literally just a black marble thrifted. I think it was like $5 at Goodwill. I cleansed it really, really good, polished her up, enchanted or Spio programmed her to do what I want her to do, and she works great. Okay, you don't have to have like a really expensive crystal ball for this. So, okay guys, so I know that was quite a bit. I honestly could talk way more about these things. I didn't want to throw too much information out there. I know this video is already kind of chock full of information and ways of using mirrors in your magic and reflective surfaces in your magic. So if you are starting out doing this and are interested in doing this and you have any questions about anything that I've said today, please leave them down in the comments down below. If you have any questions specifically about how I utilize any of these things or how I do any of these things, I can help you out with that too. Like for example, how do I scry into water? Like what's my process exactly? Because there are steps before that I do. I do a lot of candle gazing and things like that. I can link another video down below. I think I've talked about that before. But anyway, if you have any questions about any of these things, please don't hesitate and leave it in the comments down below. Also, you can DM me on Instagram. I have a private account, but I accept pretty much all friend requests. Just follow me over there. I'll accept you. DM me if you have any questions, and I can help you out, not a problem. Also, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you very much. I love you so much. I really wanted to do a giveaway for when I hit 350. I'm about 30 away at this point. So if I can make it to 350, I will do a giveaway. So please subscribe. You can only be a subscriber. Try to be a public subscriber too. I don't know how to change that or whatever, but just try to subscribe, try to be a public subscriber. And when I get to 350, I'll make a video and I'll probably say you have to comment too, but just subscribe for now and look out for that video because I really want to do a giveaway for you guys as a thank you. I think that's all I have for today, guys. Wow, this went by a lot faster than I thought. I was excited to film this video and it went by so fast. Anyway, guys, until next time, I hope you stay very well. Thank you for watching. Love you. Bye.